Do you mind talking to me about what depression is like? Sucks. Yeah, but what does it feel like? Alex struggles with it too. I really want to understand. Allow me to explain to the audience what depression feels like if you've never felt it before. In the terms of my clinical, bitch, it's similar to a phone constantly running at 10% battery. Sure, you're still functional. You can still work, but you're quite literally at a moment's notice where you could just genuinely crash and just die at that very moment. And it doesn't take very much time for that to happen. But you still function at 10% battery for a long time. For others, it's much worse. It can feel like, suffocation, drowning, a lethargy that just never quite, goes away. It's so crippling that, usually you never move. You don't want to do anything. What's the point? But at the end of the day, we all have to cope in some way. Might not be the easiest thing. There's really no one-size-fits-all kind of advice for it. But at the very least, the journey to sort of deal with that mental health and get a little bit of stability in your life. No one's really alone in doing it. Oftentimes we do have some support networks, and if you don't have one, you gotta learn how to make your own. Because, even though there are people that will help you, the only one that can really help you at the end of the day is always going to be yourself. So, learning how to deal and process with those emotions is what, it's an invaluable skill. Because you're never really going to shake off. Like, if you've actually been medically diagnosed with depression, or some form of depression, because not all depressions are the same, it's very important to learn how to manage. Me, thankfully, I tried medicine for a bit. That shit was awful. I hated it. I despise medication for mental health. That's just not the way I want to do things. I prefer to just thug it out and, fix myself. And thankfully I've learned and had the tools to help me learn, how to manage. It often takes a lot of self-reflection and a lot of reevaluation. And just as much as, I would critique myself harshly, I could also forgive myself for things. And also understand that a lot of things are out of my control. And, it's not all that bad at the end of the day. Things are good. Sure, could things be better? Of course. But, it's taking the time to realize that things are good. Things are okay. You might not look it right now, but you're alive, you're well, hopefully healthy, and you'll find the happiness again. And if you're having a bit of a spurt, little episode here and there that could last anywhere from a day or so to a lifetime, let's be real. It's not all that bad. Because at the end of the day, you will not drag yourself, but rather you'll pull yourself up from the mud, and it's gonna be on. Man, that got fucking deep there. I thought it was supposed to be a funny guy. Let's continue. We can talk about something else if you want.